We're fucking live. Okay.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. Very nice to have you all here. Last time on Dragon Ball Z did happen. Who's read the notes?
Y'all found some constructs and snuck past them after Joe spoke to some of them. And
There was also a weird room that seemed like it should have been bigger than it was. There should have been more to it, but it kind of just ended.
So y'all failed your perception checks. No. And then
Sure.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, and you found some dwarves that gave you some info, and Ailey now has a new obsession.
That is all
Wait till
that
there's
Ailey
like
has
a
taken from this.
hot emo one walks past and then you're gone.
Well, basically, you're in a bit of a state. We'll just say that you were sleepy because it was getting nighttime.
Had gone like the having gone such insane eyes.
Yeah,
With that perception,
before
and
I
then
left you
basically
earlier.
blinded them for a little bit afterwards. So they
Yeah.
just kind of wandered around, not knowing what was going on, and everything was blurry. That's why.
Exactly.
Exactly. Happened.
Well, yeah. That is essentially what happened, but there's a little bit more to it than that. Yeah, the team had arrived at the gate into the city, knocked on the door, and was allowed in by a dwarf named Losman, who let them in. Asked about what was going on outside, and
the war. They're war escapees or something, right?
Yeah.
Asked how we got through as well.
Yeah, asked how you got through all the shit that was outside on that way, because it's like one of the most dangerous ways into the place, and then discussed what's been going on outside the walls since they had all packed up, and basically explained that 2,000 years ago, when the humans, halflings, and dwarves that are currently out there started to lose their magic, had kind of gone on a genocidal rampage themselves. We're loosely calling it a war, but I mean, I guess a genocide is kind of a war against your own people. Civil war happened. Basically, the deep dwarves and a bunch of other magical descendants.
War.
Yeah, a bunch of magical creatures and the like. Decided to hide away in this city. And have basically been here for 2,000 years. Not really wanting to go elsewhere.
Don't blame
Haven't
them.
gone out. There's been a few stragglers. Not everybody wants to stay in a city for 2,000 years. So there has been a couple of people that left. Most recently, there was Alamein, who had left and come back. Left roughly 20 years ago ish. Yeah, and that's basically where we're at. Then he was like, there was a bit of discussion. There was a bit of discussion about the station, fabrication station, and where it possibly is, because he's never heard of such a thing within the city, and that maybe you guys should talk to the Sorcerer's College, which is located in the castle, quotation marks. because they probably know some things, because they're the only ones who really look into this sort of shit. But otherwise, he leaves you guys with Isabel, who is the barmaid at the last inn in town.
I guess if you don't get many travelers, who's gonna stay at an inn?
Exactly. So.
Adulterers.
Yeah.
People on work.
Drunks.
Yeah.
Homeless people who have got some money.
People in between places.
Exactly.
Depends on how big the city is, you know.
It's quite big. So yeah, you guys. So, yeah, you're not really able to see a lot of it. At least those of you without dark vision certainly can't see a lot of it. But essentially, there's like a giant dome that reaches over top of the entire city, and those of you who do have dark vision can see like where it starts to rise up and where it starts to turn into darkness. When you first came in, it was you could slightly see the ceiling of it, which just mainly just like entirely smooth stone, with some of the buildings near you when you came in reaching up into that darkness. Not many at that point, but as the lights started to dim to emulate the night, that is increasingly difficult to do. So it's just entirely dark up in the at least that's how it was when you entered the inn. You haven't looked out since it became properly nighttime. Yeah, but yeah. Losman was not paying for your rooms though. He was just paying for beverages because he wanted to.
You saying we gotta cough up some money then? Huh?
If you wanna stay the night in the inn.
Well, considering it's probably the only place we can sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they'll try and like shoo us somewhere if we try sleeping out on the door.
I'd rather sleep in the inn.
How much do we have to pay?
Well, you planning on as you come up to the barmaid, as people as the people who are drinking start to head off for their home lives, their wives come in and grab their own beer and then take their husbands away. Dwarves. You approach the bar, and Isabel, there's a chuffed look on her face. Finally getting some people to stay. Yeah. How many nights will it be?
We're probably only going to be here tonight, right?
I don't know.
The group.
We've got to go meet scholars. That could take a whole day. You know what they're like.
Well, yes, but
Fancy words
we are
and
on a large scale time limit. There's a war to try and prevent.
There's always something to prevent.
Paris just kind of turns his head sideways a little bit.
We can't have a couple nights in an inn.
Sure, why not?
All right, I'll put you down for 2 nights. We've got 3 rooms made up. They're double rooms. How many are there with you? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'd be enough for all of you.
Sure. How much is it?
Per room. For the 2 nights. Total. Let me get my fucking calculator out.
Where's that abacus?
Get that abacus out.
I want to hear those beads moving.
Yeah.
Is that an arcana check or?
What did I?
Maths is magic now.
Yeah.
Or is it intimidation? Look, I know math.
It's only
Witchcraft.
intimidating to Haley.
I don't know what I did.
Haley
with
just
my
hisses and
price.
like flaps backwards.
I do not know what I did with my price sheet of things. God fucking damn it. Ugh!
Do they take the same currency? Ailey's probably
Yes.
gonna hand over a
Yes.
platinum.
That
Being
was
like,
that
"Is
was
this
that was immediately asked as soon as you
Yes.
entered.
We-
Yeah.
That's
You
why I
still
think
use the
these at
gold
least have good
standard.
money.
And the dwarves are immediately like, yes, we absolutely still deal with the gold standard. We are dwarves.
They were like, gold?
Varys feels kind of dumb for having asked that of dwarves.
It's nice to
He should know
quantify.
better.
Okay. Well. Hup, 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 3 rooms, 2 nights. So 6 gold all up. If you want to pay in advance.
6 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, done. I get it.
Like,
Here.
sure.
I just chuck up
Hey, Beef.
6 gold.
How's it going? 6 gold?
I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention, but I had already said Ailey would hand over platinums, being like,
You just hand over 1
Yeah.
platinum, and she's like,
yeah,
okay, yep, no worries.
yeah.
It's
I have a
not
list.
Never mind.
not asking you if you're sure. Nothing like, okay, platinum, sure,
Can I-
yep, whatever.
Yeah.
Can I, Oh, jeez. Can I try to, like, snatch it back out of Ailey's hand? Like, nope.
Sure. roll a dexterity check. Okay, we're gonna do this against base for, what would it be? No, I guess I should probably get Ailey to do a dexterity check as well. Yeah, Ailey, you do a dexterity check as well.
Hang on. I don't know if you want to roll it for me.
I
I'm
probably
responding
do.
to someone at work.
I
Oh.
will roll for you. Dexterity check. Okay, you do manage to to stop Ailey from handing over a full platinum.
Ailey, you're so funny with your fake platinum. Here. Just tuck it back in.
Roll a deception check.
Ailey's pocket.
Ailey was standing there confused. Like,
Well,
what?
Varys is pinching the bridge of his nose,
Yeah.
just looking away.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, she takes the 6 gold. Little, her smile like dips a little bit in the corner as she realizes she's not getting a platinum, but she's like, okay.
I mean,
fair enough.
Ailey was expecting change.
oh, she would not have
You
given
would,
it.
you would not. No other way that you would kind of hand that over.
That's why I was like, I was like, Ailey, you feeling well? Because.
And she leans behind a little sort of panel behind the bar, pulls out 3 sets of keys, puts them all on the bar thing for you. Up the stairs, the first 3 in the corridor.
Wonderful. Can we get food and drink and things as well?
Well, that'd be extra, of course.
Sure.
How much are we talking? Just breakfasty stuff? What are you talking?
Here's 4 gold, whatever that'll get us.
Fabulous. I will see to it that There's food and drink brought up for you.
Much appreciated.
Cool. All right. Well, you guys make it upstairs, find your rooms. What are these? What is this sleeping situation looking like?
Who am I bunking with? Obviously, Codswallop.
Yep.
Obviously.
Again, so they're double rooms. So they have single beds, 2 single beds each. So
And including Codswallop, it's 6 people.
what?
No?
Including Codswallop.
Wait. Ailey, Thoricus.
I mean, I guess
Joe.
Joe
Varys,
doesn't
Mimi.
necessarily
Oh,
need to sleep on a
yeah.
bed, but
Joe will still be in a room.
yeah, just
We're not
sit-
just gonna make him stand in the hallway.
sit on the chair.
No. No, that's rude.
All right. Well,
I don't mind where I'm staying.
Mm.
I can sleep wherever.
well,
Oh, I want to sleep in the same room as Ailey.
To make sure Ailey doesn't spend more money, or
I'll-
Yes, because I also have a plan because I do not trust them to stay out of our room while we're asleep.
oh, that's fine. Yeah, Ailey doesn't really trust people with that either.
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
I'll bunk up with Joe.
Well, you've been beat.
Oh no!
Nemi immediately.
Oh no! Varys looks at Eden and nods.
It's like, ugh.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, right. So,
Well, it's not the weird one that wants me to be a cat, so sure.
pretty much. Cool. So, then I guess there's, I guess Ailey and Thrycus have ideas about staying up and watching. Yeah.
I intend to have a full night's rest.
Okay. So what's the plan then?
Well, I've got rope, I've got adhesive, and a bird's worth of seabird feathers.
Ah,
And
yes.
goo.
Let's see. So you're setting
And
up like a door
goo.
trap.
Oh, Ailey might still have goo as well, unless they did sell it to someone in the end. Which is unlikely.
See where I'm going with this?
Probably do have goo.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely have various goos, but
well, roll a survival check and we'll see how good of a trap you set up.
With advantage because Ailey's helping, or
Ailey can help with that.
but also it's me.
Yeah, you set up a pretty intricate trap for any would-be intruders.
Yeah.
You feel
I haven't put the adhesive with the feathers, so I
No.
can deconstruct it.
yeah, you
But-
the intent is a slap full of adhesive, slap full of feathers. Like real fucking Home Alone shit.
plus, looking at Ailey, if anyone knows anything about dragons, they'll be prepared for acid, not fire. So that's always to their advantage as well. That people that from their back in their past, people have attempted to take resistance potions before confrontation and
Yes.
picked the wrong resistance.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, yeah, you set up the trap. Everyone else, Varys, do you try to set anything up, or you're just gonna sleep?
No, why would I set anything up?
Cool.
What? I'm going to bed.
Not reacted to that platinum.
I'm
You trust any of these guys?
going to clean my guns and go to sleep.
Did that work? I tried to.
Yes, it did. It doesn't pop up on my screen.
What was I gonna say? You've got the wrong background still.
Yes.
Wrong thingy.
What do you mean?
Got the old Ailey icon.
Oh, did you update the Git?
No, I did not.
Well,
I forgot
then
about
what
that.
do you
Yeah,
expect, huh?
I know. Oh.
You gotta make your pushes and your commits, okay?
All right, I'll commit. All right.
Yes.
The only time I don't have commitment issues is with Git.
Can't be a programmer. I have too many commitment issues. Anyway, anyway, okay. Well, you
I
all
do have a lot of pull issues though.
yes. Fucking Christ. Got some cloning issues going on right now. Anyway, you all have a
I gave you
one.
50 likes.
You all have a wonderful night's sleep. The very nice beds. This place has been well made up. You know, it seems like the beds are relatively new and not slept on. So they're still at that nice soft stage. They haven't gotten stiffened by years of being pressed down.
Am I just in this giant sized bed, or is it like dwarven sized?
Yeah, I guess that is a good question. No. So most of the beds are made relative to normal, to medium proportional things, right? So it's not as like massive as you'd find like staying in like a human's house, but it's not like uncomfortably large for you. Alien Thrycus, it's not like crazy small for them either. You know,
I mean,
they
I am spooning with a dog, so like.
yeah, so you have trouble
And
with
he's a
that.
big dog too.
He's a big dog. He's a fucking huge dog.
cuddly.
So you know, like your horns reach over the
I think
the
that's all my
headboard sort of
pearls
stuff.
gone now.
Thank you. Yeah, like the horns reach over the headboard sort of stuff. But otherwise, you lie comfortably in these relatively soft beds. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll sleep fantastically through the night and come in, wake up as well, as you would think is the daytime. There's no windows outside of these rooms, but from your natural body clocks, you and you guys all like wake up crack of dawn naturally. That's just how you guys are, considering you've been waking up when you've been here so far. Of course, Varys would naturally wake up even earlier, as he normally takes first watch.
Yep.
So, Varys, what are you doing with your first few, the very early hours of the morning, as you're the only one currently awake, with Einan snoring like a bear beside you?
Oh, wonderful.
Because it seems that his face has like transformed.
I just sort of like, I imagine I kind of walk up to the bed and look and just sort of turn my head sideways so I'm looking directly at him because I'm at eye level with him on the bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's just like sleeping with it. Yeah, this is just faces like a bear snout and he's snoring through it.
Varys makes a mental note to ask him if he's seen any bears or could turn into one.
Yeah.
I would probably collect my things and make sure that everything's still there.
Yep. No, it doesn't seem like there's been any intruders during the night.
Good. I'd probably then head down and get some breakfast.
You wouldn't check on anybody?
I'd see if the doors were like locked, I think.
Okay.
That'd be about it.
Yeah, well, so you check the first one on your way out, Nemi and Joe's room. Not doesn't open. It's locked from the inside. You go to check the next one. Would you guys have locked it? I guess you probably would have still tried to lock it as well as trap it. Thrakus? Or would
Hmm?
you have left it?
Sorry?
Would you have left it unlocked for for would be?
No, I would have locked it
Okay.
because, it's why tempt fate, and also someone's up to no good if they walk into a room that's locked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm.
Well, it is locked then.
Yep.
And then
Cool.
you continue your way.
Down for breakfast.
Cool. So I
was
dismantled
really-
my trap successfully.
You guys aren't up yet. This is
okay.
this is Varys being an early bird.
Varys being a morning person, I
Mm.
don't know how to do it.
It's crazy. The real fantasy. Um, yeah, you make it down downstairs, and you can see not. It's not specifically. Fucking, where's my stuff here? Forgetting people's names and shit. It's not Isabel, but it looks like her, a relative of some sort, who is like cleaning the tables, getting it ready for the morning.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Sorry, I'm light-footed.
I see that, and we have people staying here.
Yes, we arrived late last night.
Whoa, cool.
Yes.
Are you a halfling by chance?
And I say in her head, yes.
Whoa. Interesting. I've never met a halfling before. That's cool.
This is I'm normal for my people, but most halflings aren't like this. Generally.
No, I imagine not. I got an air of something magical about you. I don't imagine any of the halflings out there have anything magical to do with them.
Yes, well, that's also it's not a great thing, given what's happening out there. Like,
No, well, I don't concern myself much with that.
Fair enough. What do you do for a breakfast here?
Well, I can have them cook you up some eggs and bacon and stuff if you like. It's a bit
Wonderful.
early.
I'm usually up early. I keep watch,
I see.
and I
How many
can't see
you,
during the night, so
Oh,
Mm.
I'm sorry.
it is a burden. But Varys looks at the ring of light and kind of turns it on and off. It kind of helps.
Ah, nice.
And
Are you expecting your compatriots? And how many of them are there?
well, there's a number of them. Joe doesn't eat, so
Just like
there's Nemi. There's
Okay.
we got 5.
5? All right,
Yes,
I'll get
and
5
me.
meals prepared for you. And you,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Yes, cheers.
So she prepares 6 meals.
Mm-hmm.
That's one for every mouth. That's not Joe's. So
One's for
when the rest,
Cogswallop.
when the rest of you awaken, yes, Thrakus, you are able to take apart your trap with no real problems.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're skilled in this sort of thing. Don't need you to worry about that too much. And then you'll make your way downstairs to an awaiting feast of breakfast foods. Bacon, eggs, waffles, fucking toasts, fruits, vegetables, just a whole crazy amount of things.
Raising pigs down here.
Yeah, that seems extremely out of place for the fact that you are currently in an underground city.
Lost to time for 2,000 years,
Yeah.
essentially.
Exactly. So you're like, what the fuck? Okay, all right. And yeah, you do notice that there is 6 servings. Only 5. Yeah, you immediately there are indeed hash browns. You do.
I put a plate down for
Yeah,
Codswallop.
Codswallop does indeed get himself a plate, and he is very happy about it. Only meat and bits and pieces that he's capable of. Healthier foods. And stuff that won't keep him
Meat and
farting while
carbs.
you're yeah, trying to keep the farting materials on the down low.
Keep it on the down low.
But
We live in a
Yeah.
fantasy realm. We're not worried about pancreatitis. It's fine.
exactly. You just don't want to be
Well, we've
smelling
got-
that while you're underground. Anyway, yeah. So you guys finish up breakfast. It's a nice hearty meal. You guys haven't had one of those in a long time. Haven't had a meal like this since you had stayed at Jamie's house. So there's that. But yeah, some patrons start to file in. Dwarves come in, getting their morning beer before popping out and seemingly off to work.
Varys is enthralled just watching this.
Yeah, some of them get it to go. It's like little coffee mugs, but with beer inside instead.
Like a little horn with a lid that you can pull over.
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Little plastic lid that sits on top, and you can drink out of it. It's perfect. 2 holes, so it sucks out properly. Perfect. So, what is the plan?
We have a few threads that we can follow.
You
There's
do indeed.
Elamane, there's the sorcerers. We also need to figure out actually getting to the fabrication station.
Yes, indeed.
And who can put us in touch with that sort of ability? Or at least some help with direction. Because Joe's like a kind of like a compass, really. It's just like the straight the path of least resistance type thing.
Yeah, essentially, he knows.
Apart from
You haven't
those was-
you haven't asked him.
Oh, most resistance.
Much
Yes,
resistance, yeah, pretty much.
just the direction, not actually
Yeah,
directions.
he's not a He's not a guiding spell. He is just a compass. Yeah, you haven't asked him since you really got in the city which direction specifically he's been pointing at. He just sort of said, this is general place that it should be. But I guess you'd take the time now to ask where exactly. And he points vaguely north, northwesterly, but also like up.
Okay. So like higher up in the mountain, like an elevated sort of area.
Yes, it's definitely far above us in altitude, but it's also more that way. So,
there was someone that Losman said that we should go and talk to. Was that the sorcerer?
yeah, so he told you that you should probably, if you want to learn about what they've learnt since they've been doing stuff, go see the sorcerers in the Sorcerers College in the castle. He told you that Elamane is with the monks in Noonhouse, and told you that there were, when asked about the dragon folk, specifically about their gods, he said he didn't know specifically what their stuff was all about. He didn't really mingle with them a whole lot, but that there's plenty of dragon folk around that you could that would be interested in talking to you.
Okay, cool. That's right. I do remember that part.
So, who wants to go where and how badly?
I feel like getting the information out of these sorcerers would probably be, primary objective. Personally, I'd like to talk to Elamine.
Any objections, Thrakus, Ailey?
I'm tempted to see if any of these excellent magically inclined people are any good at making dog armor and also enchanting, but I know that's very much a side thing.
We can do that on the way, I'm sure.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, you do remember passing by a few blacksmiths of the like.
Oh,
Well, I'm
we
looking
also
more
have that bullet hide as well.
You did indeed get a bullet hide as well.
We can get some stuff made out of that. Get the
That
armor.
needs to be tanned as well.
Yeah.
Well, the armor itself might not necessarily need like a full-on tanning session.
Because it is kind of like an armored shell that it
Yeah,
had,
it's
right?
like a sort of like an exoskeleton sort of
Well, it
nature.
needs cleaning.
Yeah,
at
it will
least.
need a cleaning at least.
My troll skin's at the tanner, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
But I do have kobold and Urkieg skin.
Oh,
Urkieg.
that fucker. I
Yeah.
remember him.
Yeah, we can. I
Little
think we could make some dog
piece of
armor
shit.
out of that.
Yeah, sure. Why
With
not?
wings, even.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty metal. I like it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Off we go.
So,
All right. You pack up your things. Make
and
your way
this
out of
is
the
my
inn,
skin.
out into the main square. So the lights embedded into the sides of the pavement, I guess, as well as on top of some of the buildings and pointing down like lanterns and stuff, are all lit up extremely brightly. It's, coming from inside to outside, it's kind of like the same sort of like sun shining in your eyes, sort of like ugh. You used to it pretty quickly, and yeah, the entire city is lit up like this. At this height of light, you can see the ceiling of the entire dome. It is very much a entirely curved surface, and you can see that while there's a few buildings here and there that get close to the ceiling, it is only what they're calling the castle that reaches up and actually seems to intersect with it and go further than the actual dome itself. Otherwise, all of the buildings and stuff are relatively short. But yeah, you can see those of you. Yeah, you've all got pretty good eyesight. In the light, that is. So you're all pretty. You can all see that pretty comfortably. And it is a massive city. Otherwise.
Should we maybe ask somebody for directions to the shop? Or can I have a look
Yeah.
around, see if I can spot one?
What are you looking for specifically?
Blacksmith, I guess?
Just regular old blacksmith?
No, well,
Something
leatherworker
magical.
would be.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Someone who would be able to craft the thing that you're looking for.
Yeah. You said exoskeleton-ish, right?
Yeah, the bullet stuff would be. The Urkiag skin and stuff would be more of a leatherworkery sort of thing. Either way, you want someone who is craftable. You want a crafter of some sort. Someone who's put together armor and all that sort of stuff. So a blacksmith probably would, in this sort of day and age, wouldn't just deal in metals. They'd have to have their leather some leather working ability, for like
Or at least know a guy.
at least know a guy, for like wrapping sword handles and putting together armors and stuff. Not everything is just metal. Right? So,
And, the leather apron guy.
exactly, they gotta have a leather apron. They can't all have whale fucking whale foreskin as their apron, so they gotta use something.
Pardon?
What?
Anyway,
you wanna run that one by me again, Chief?
anyway,
What? No.
roll
not anyway.
roll an investigation check for me. You can roll it at advantage because you've already walked through some stuff. So
Roll for investigating what the whale.
I'm try and find out.
Oh, no.
Try and find this place you're looking for.
Okay. Oh no. And that was an advantage, is
Yeah.
it, right? Oh, fuck.
Oh boy.
Not good.
Yeah. So you're immediately taken back to the blacksmith that you passed on your way through. Particularly the image really stuck with you. The darker skinned, the darker skinned dragonkin who had ruby crystal scales. Is that he was working on metal when you were coming through, and turned to face you, and you saw that just his face was like a flower of those ruby crystal scales.
Mhm.
So you're pretty
It's
much
kind of-
pretty caught on that.
It's very striking.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'd say you probably head back to that for multiple reason.
Mm-hmm.
You do indeed find the guy. He's he's not wearing much. He's wearing that apron, that leather apron, as well as some dirty shorts. But otherwise seems like he's shirtless. And you can see on his back and on his sides, you see scales flaring up and along the spine. And where wings would have formed, you see like just a patch of scales, a deeper, darker ruby scale there, but it is like it was going to form there, but he's not dragon enough for that. But has scales all up his side, and you can very clearly see in this light the glinting of crystal scales in his face, and he smacking on a piece of metal, and you notice that when he goes to grab it and move it and reheat it for whatever he's doing, he's just using his hand. Like, it doesn't faze him that he's putting it into a hot smelter.
Cool.
Nice. Oh, cool.
Ailey,
hello.
Ailey, are you
Hi.
around?
I feel like
imagine
this is.
This is definitely something Ailey would be interested in.
Yep, I had been waiting.
Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave them here to have their fun when you're done. So, you approach.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hi.
Do you take commissions for armor to be made?
I've been known to. What sort of armor are you looking for? Something for yourself?
Sort of looked at Thrakus. What are we doing with it?
We're looking for some custom-made armor for a very interesting body type. I thought maybe you'd have more experience with that than those above ground.
I have made some interesting shaped armor in my time.
Cool. Well, our pal Codswallop here need some armor, and I have some materials that thought maybe might be appropriate.
Ah, dog armor. Yes,
Mm.
I know how to make such a thing.
Awesome. Hang on, I got some stuff in here. Dig around in my bag, and I just, taking weird shit out left and right.
Varus moves out of the
Wow.
way so that it doesn't like fly at him.
It's right in the bottom, like it's been a while. Whoop out the Urki egg wings and Urki egg's skin.
Fascinating material. What
Yeah.
manner of creature did you pull this from?
Pain in the ass.
The unlucky kind.
Yes.
It seems draconic in some way.
It was
Not at
certainly
all.
attempting to be.
Attempting to be.
It was a guy you would not have liked because he was just being a real dick about trying to become a dragon when he didn't deserve to be a dragon. He was a kobold.
He
Kobold.
sacrificed a bunch of people.
Kobold.
Turned
No,
them into stone.
I have no love for kobolds.
No.
I
Sorry.
will
I should have
absolutely.
warned you of that before I just whipped it on out.
No, I understand.
You should
Yeah, no,
probably
no.
warn people before you whip it out, Thrakus.
Since when have I ever?
No, no, that's fair. That's on me.
Oh, boy.
You're the tactful one. See me rummaging around, pulling shit out.
Oh, so you
just
just
thinking in his head, should I maybe warn them? Nah. It's fine.
Oh boy. Alright, so you just pull
Um,
out Urki egg skin and Urki egg wings. You don't pull out any other.
Oh, we also do have the other armor. Well, hopefully soon to be armor.
You have the bullet
Yes,
hide.
we have a bullet hide. I'll assist in pulling it out, but I imagine it's quite heavy.
Yes, that's quite a bit. Well, as you pull that out, you should, sort of stands back a little bit, give you some room to put it out on the ground. He's like, looks like he's a pretty chill individual usually, but this does sort of like make him go like, huh, how about that? Well,
It's pretty fresh as well.
I can see that.
Mm.
Well, what sort of manner of armor would you like this crafted into? It's usually quite heavy. It's probably, I mean, I don't think this would be suitable for a dog.
That's what we could use the kobold skin for.
We
Yes, I
wanted
can-
it to be light sort of leather.
Yes, I can do that with the leather for sure.
Mm.
This bullet. Who in your party is the strongest and could carry such things as an armor?
It's definitely not.
You can sort of look between each other. None of you.
No, not really. I mean,
I was more
you
thinking,
kind of.
like, would we be able to make a shield out of it?
Oh, that
shield?
would be cool. Yes, a shield. That probably wouldn't be too heavy, right?
Yes, I could enforce a shield with such material.
I mean, I have one right here. Paris will take off his shield.
No. I would get another shield.
Okay.
I wouldn't simply put it on the shield. I would make
Create
it more.
a piece.
Yes, a piece of it. I would add bits. I'd craft it around it. You don't want it falling apart on you.
Hmm. So if
Their shields are probably better.
this is true, I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Would you be able to make something like if like armor would be too heavy? Could you make like a helmet or something too?
Quite possibly, yes. With the scraps, I could fashion a helmet.
Cool. That sounds good.
All right. Well,
Just a wee helmet.
dog armor. Just a
Little tiny
little wee helmet. Dog armor. bullet shield, bullet helmet.
Do you need
Okay.
to take some measurements?
I will indeed need to take some measurements. Just thinking about my schedule, how I'm gonna fit making all this in, and how long it's going to take me.
If we,
Enough?
yes, what would the cost be?
Well, if you allow me to keep the bullet scraps and just any scraps in general, I could bring it down a
Sure.
little bit. I'd say all up, making this stuff maybe 500 gold. Yeah.
Yeah. If we do like 250 each, because I'll pay for codswallops. And you can...
Yeah, sure. 250 each.
Acceptable?
Are you paying up front?
Yeah, sure.
Half now, half after?
Yeah, I'll
I
hand
was
over 250 now.
I was going to suggest such a thing. Cool. Alright. Picks up
Right.
all of this.
So Varys just hands over the 250. I'm like, cool, I'll pay it later.
Picks up
I
all
got
of
it.
this off the ground.
Varys is also secretly looking at the amount of gold that he's got in his bag and knows that it's way too heavy for him to keep carrying around, so he's offloading it whenever he can.
My gold.
Yes, you have a lot of gold on there. Yeah, so he picks up all that, puts it in a nice little pile, and then pulls out a measuring tape. And quickly jots down some measurements for Codswallow. Gets
Oops,
Body
I
length
forgot
and-
to long rest.
Yes, you
Direct
might want to do
codswallow.
yeah, gets them all measured up, some body length and widths and stuff.
Oh, he's such a good boy.
Does not struggle with that at all. Well, yes, this may take me a little while. Maybe a couple of weeks.
All right.
Well, the way I see it, we either will collect it or we'll be dead. So,
Yeah, that's
Either way.
usually how it goes.
I see. Either way, they will be good pieces.
All right, I'm back.
indeed.
All right, perfect. So
Mhm.
let me lay this back down for you then.
I was gonna say it sounds like Cod's
We-
wallet or
got-
something.
No.
We
So
got some business done first.
I got some business done first, which is good because this is going to absolutely turn into a
Did
mess
you
before I
long
do-
rest for me or anything like that? while I was gone?
Did you need long resting? Yeah, you
It's
did.
not long
I
rested.
have long rested you.
But we stayed the night in an inn.
Yes, you
Yep,
did.
I've got 8 out of 8.
You're now
dice
good.
scale, so yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
quick recap of what just happened.
Mhm.
You slept, everything was fine. Varys came down, got some breakfast for everybody, and you guys all came down to breakfast. You left. Thrakus and Varys basically like, hey, let's make some stuff out of that bullet armor we got, and maybe make some armor for Codswallow. Let's go and find someone to do that. Varys is trying to think of a good place to go, at least try and figure out craftables for that, but got really got stuck in the idea of going to see a guy that they saw on their way over last night, who was one of the dragonkin blacksmiths that they saw on their way over, who, when you approach, you notice very, very immediately that they are a dark-skinned, ruby, crystal line dragon heritage person. You can tell as they're just wearing their blacksmith apron and some dirty shorts that their body is patchwork and ruby crystal
Gonna get
scales.
so many cuts and things. Oh, they got scales.
Yeah, they have ruby crystals, ruby scales, all along bits and pieces of their body, mainly where bone sort of starts to come out of the skin. You can see.
So
when he
Ailey's
lifts up his
approach
back-
would have been, "You're shiny."
Yes. Sailed up his back. You can see where his wings would have formed if he was dragon enough. Large patches of darkened ruby crystal, and up his sides, along his arms, and then when he turns to face you, like he did last night, you see that his face is like just almost entirely ruby crystal, in a nice like outward pattern, like a flower.
Oh, pretty.
And he was able to hold hot metal and put it into the smelter without hurting, well, seemingly without pain or hurting himself.
I make an insight check on this guy.
Sure. You've already spent 250 gold on him. So.
Yeah, no, that's not what I was thinking about there.
Yeah, did he have a moment there where I went, wait, we should have done that? Oh, shit.
Yeah, man.
Okay, what did you want to know?
I am worried that this guy might be that devil in disguise. Varys is a little bit paranoid.
I see.
Aliens gonna be like,
the whole heat thing as well too with that.
Okay.
It just doesn't bring up nice memories for him.
That's fair. No. Yeah, so he seems like a normal businessman. I mean, I don't get any bad vibes from him otherwise. He seems to.
Yeah, what's the vibe check on?
He is the vibe check.
Can Ailey tell that Varys is checking him out in that way?
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay. She's clearly, obviously, could tell he's staring at him, but
Yeah,
the
but
reason why, whether
Yes.
she thinks he thinks he's hot or
No.
Varys
is like
being racist. She's gonna be like, "Oh, is this your type? Is it?"
Yes, that is entirely the vibe that you get. But anyway, no. For you, Varys, you you notice that he's putting on a veneer of cool. He seems like he's holding some stress back. And it seems like he's not. He is very self-conscious about his dragon heritage and his ruby crystals, but he due to the nature of his work, he's not able to hide them.
He just has to deal with.
He just has to deal with that fact.
Yep, that's fair.
And that's why he's putting on that veneer of cool, like unwavering stuff to be like, yeah, don't I'm scary.
Was he also like actually super excited to work on bullet armor?
Oh yeah, he was like, "Holy fuck, this is awesome!"
How concerned was he for seeing Ailey then?
Yeah. So when he spots Ailey, he's unsure at first about what your deal is, especially considering standing right next to Thrakis. But noticing that you have scales and that you're a little bit more. Yeah, Varys notices that he doesn't know what your deal is immediately, and seems to figure it out as this whole meeting goes on. Because
he was
seems
like a bit worried.
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't know. He doesn't know that you're straight up like half dragon. Like he's curious about because
You kind of look like me, but not like me.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like he's never seen a
winged half dragon.
He's never seen a winged half dragon. He's never seen a half dragon that is metallic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're all crystallized ones down here, aren't they?
They seem to be.
Oh.
So his first assumption was that you were some sort of that you were related in some way to that, but he just couldn't figure it out. And then slowly as it's gone on, he's like, okay, I see. You're like some sort of different type of half dragon. Dragons had other things going on, I see.
Ah, yes.
So yeah. Otherwise, they bought some armor from him. Well, not bought some armor. They have commissioned him to make armor for Codswallop and a shield and a helmet out of the bullet armor. But otherwise, that has been the end of the transaction. If you wanted to ask him something else, Ailey or Verse.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how Ailey would like word or approach things. Like, does he look kind of confused and taken aback? Is she gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with this one? He seems stressed enough as is, kind of thing.
No, you don't notice that he's particularly stressed out. To you, he seems chill and composed and cool. It's Varys who's realized that he's putting that on.
I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, well, then Ailey will be like, are there lots of dragons here? Are there full dragons here?
I guess his first thing's
just-
like, why are you whispering? But
It wasn't supposed to be a whisper. It was like a normal talking.
okay, all right. He'd definitely be like, why are you whispering? What is your deal? You whisper all the time?
We're used to
Yeah.
having to keep quiet about dragon stuff.
I see.
They don't know what dragons are outside.
Oh,
She'll be like pointing to like the top of the dome.
well, I
It was
guess we
great.
had
They
to-
didn't know what I was for ages, but also not good because trying to explain what this giant metal dragon is when no one knows what a dragon is very hard.
Giant metal dragon, you say?
Yeah, we had to kill a construct that was a dragon.
There's constructs that are dragons?
I know, right?
There's zombie dragons too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
one
That's how
sucked.
we knew dragons used to be here, because how else can you be a necromancer with?
This is a lot of new
Oh, yeah.
information.
Yeah, sorry, we have that effect on people.
Yes. I guess to answer your question, no, there aren't any full dragons down here. As far as we know, they were all killed.
Some of them are in hiding. Some of them are a little more open about them being in hiding than others.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. There's
Open hidings.
open
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
open hiding. They stand up on the ledge and shout at you.
I see.
They just sit out there and be like, "Oi, fuck off! I'm in hiding."
You're like, where did that come from?
It's Haley's way of trying to explain way cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's wonderful to hear. Well, there's sort of I don't really know what to call it, a coven, I guess, of us dragons that meet up in Southgate. They would love to hear about dragons on the outside.
Yay! When do we meet?
Um,
And have you seen my brother recently? He went off again, and now I'm not sure what. We dropped him off at a town.
No, he went
and now
to
he was
Glen
gonna
Valor.
go to...
He's
Yeah,
gone.
but
He's
he
gone
didn't
to
know
the
if he would
elves.
go there. We don't know if he made it.
We-
And maybe
don't-
there's more people like
I
us
don't think that
around.
this man needs to be bothered by that. It's not really part of his job description, you know.
Well, we they normally meet. Look at my calendar here. They normally meet every Sunday.
Who was this son?
The coven of dragon heritage people that he is talking about.
Would these people happen to know anything about a diamond dragon god?
Diamond dragon god. You
Jensen.
know of Jensen?
Yes, I
He
offered.
saw his statue.
Yeah, I offered a prayer and an offering to him, and according to the priestess that was there, my prayer was answered.
You
Wow.
still have you clarified what the prayer was? I can't remember.
I believe it was that he wished for vengeance upon Rillen, for him to find his way to like a peaceful death type thing,
Yeah.
rather than what he is going through now,
Mm.
and offered the last of Rillen's gold that he'd left with us as well as the offering.
Yes. Well, I mean, the government would absolutely love to hear about that. Yeah. Jensen was a legendary godlike dragon. There was a story even before we came underground, so I'm surprised to hear that there's still talk of him above.
Oh, it was kind of like this random church off where the dead people live, and like they have all the forgotten gods and some of the not forgotten gods.
Temple to the forgotten gods.
I see. Well, that is less pleasing to hear, but well,
Forgotten above ground, at least, anyway.
yes. Maybe one day we can bring that back, shall we?
Well, if you're planning on doing it, I'd advise doing it soon.
So what's your power? I haven't met a ruby dragon before.
Varys just looks at like his burning hands and looks back at Ailey and then looks back at the hands.
Remember, to
Ailey
her,
did
she
wrong.
forgets that other people aren't also She just thinks, especially hanging around with Thoricus, she forgets that other people can't touch fire.
Varys,
I'm just
who
sort of
is
like,
not
yeah, what
resistant
is
to
your-
fire, does not understand this.
Like, yeah, totally. What is your special thing?
No, he
Like,
He, like-
do
he,
you
like,
spit
holds-
something?
he like brings his hands up to his mouth and like cups them like he would be like
A yellow thing.
doing like a makeshift sort of like whistle sort of thing like you do with two hands, like you would. But then you see like blows into his hand, and then opens it up, and there's like a puff of smoke comes out, but left behind is like a tiny little charcoal, not charcoal, like it's like pressed smoke essentially, little statuette that sort of immediately turns back into smoke.
That is so cool!
That's,
Can you do it again?
I mean, I can make lots of smoke. That was more my latent magical ability that we all have, but
So
have
do
you
all
thought
the
of using
ruby
that when you make food?
make food.
Yeah.
Smoked food. I mean,
Your
yes.
smoky flavor to it. Be nice.
Ah, like smoked salmon. Oh.
Most food that I eat tends to have a smoky flavor. So
I suppose you could make special cuisine for those that can't do this.
yes,
You preserve meats.
certainly could. I could have gone into that line of work, but here I am holding hot things.
This is way cooler.
It is.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you
No,
happen
no pun intended.
Do you happen to know anybody that deals with that? And Varys will pull out his gun in these sort of armaments.
No, I can't say that I do. I've never seen such an object before.
You haven't seen the... Oh. It propels a metallic object, a pointed metallic object, very fast, and it puts holes in people.
It's like a better bow and arrow.
It is
Fascinating.
like a bit of a... Well, it's like a different bow and arrow.
Is it
Or it
powered
uses
by
tiny explosions.
Is it powered by magic in some way?
No, it uses an explosive powder chemical compound.
Curious.
And I can use magic in some of the bullets, but it's very random. I am not magically inclined myself.
Turned some people into some weird things.
Turned a man into a bear and he collapsed in a soundless environment. It was very creepy.
You can see the changing expression on his face of like, what is happening right now? Getting bombarded with new information. I see.
Well, it's been a while since people have come from the outside world. Of course, they're like, the fuck?
Yeah,
We
dealing with a
talked to
lot
very
of
select
dealing
few
with a
people
lot
before
of
this.
new information, like visually a lot of new information, hearing a lot of new information, just experiencing a lot of new information. Like, if this man was autistic, he would be having a meltdown right now. So, anything else you guys want to go through before?
Okay, just want to make sure that he gets that the wings should, be on the back of the
Yes.
armor.
Yes, of course.
Aesthetically pleasing. Yes.
And make sure it's got some kind of like a luggage holder, so I can pick him up and fly.
What?
What, you mean like a harness?
Yeah, sure.
What?
Well, I mean, the way that I would have to
Hey.
strap it to him, you
Okay.
would be able to
No.
pick him
Where?
up by it.
He is
Give
perfectly
me-
capable of moving
hang
on
on.
his own. You shouldn't be
This-
lifting him into the air.
This needs
We can fly him to areas as required.
Ailey.
But
Codswallop should have a say in this. Hang on.
is he gonna know that people can talk to animals, or is he gonna be even more confused?
I mean,
now?
magic's still a thing. Yeah.
Magic's still, he'll know about that.
I wonder if Enan can understand this.
Not without cussing his own speak with animals or becoming a dog.
Alright. Okay. Codswallop, buddy, how you doing?
Yo, what's up?
Now's the
So,
time we decide
As you might have inferred, I don't know, from all the weird measuring from that strange dude.
Yeah, there was. I mean,
Sorry, it was a bit intimate. Maybe I should have cast this.
I mean, he
you a bit
probably should
earlier.
have done it like after I've like digested all of that breakfast, because
No. You want a full belly, just in case. You gotta get that wiggle room. Leave
I
it
see.
doesn't straight.
are you getting me these things that you've got? He like sniffs at your clothes.
Yeah, it'll make it so that you can actually fight with us in battle if you want to.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah. But one second. I had to sneeze. Bring us here.
Codswallop appreciates you not sneezing on them.
The real thing is, what do you want? Do you want pockets so that you can carry things like us?
I mean, sure,
Okay.
I don't mind.
But the big thing is, and I'm not sure I agree with this, Ailey really wants to put like a handle on the back so that Ailey can pick you up to fly with you? What?
That sounds pretty cool.
Really?
I mean,
Really?
I've never
I
flown
would be
before.
like, fuck
Okay,
this.
hang on. Do you know the feeling of being picked up?
Yes, you've picked me up before.
I know,
like that
but
feeling.
like you usually scrabble a little. Do you want
That's
to try it
because
this time?
that's because you pick me up weirdly. But if I'm wearing something, you pick me up properly, I think I'll be alright.
Tell Codswallop I say hello.
Hi, Codswallop.
He can hear you. They say hello. That's them saying hello, by the way.
Yeah, he says hello to each of them, and to you guys, you just hear "Ruh, ruh."
He also says hello.
See, that was why. So that way I knew that he said hello. But I thought, I thought he would be saying hello, but you never know.
You got weird friends.
Anything else you guys want to say, Codswallop? This will last for a little while.
10
I'm sorry
bits.
that the gun is so loud. That's about it.
Okay.
I'm used to it now.
Is he excited for flying adventures? Does he say yes?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
How's our new dragon friend looking at this scene?
Again, this is a lot of new information to take. He's like, okay, pockets. Okay, handle on the back.
Oh yeah.
Sturdy
Oh, yeah.
enough to be picked up. All right, I got it noted down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Nimi, I can talk with Codswell if I wanna.
Um,
'Cause this would feed you information, I think.
probably haven't seen you use that before.
Think. Or, yeah.
Cool. I don't know what they would say.
I tell Codswell he's a good boy from all of us.
He's very happy about that. He does the, pant and wagtail. Yes! Fuck yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else you want us to know, Codswell? I know we don't do this very often.
You guys seem to get the gist of what I'm on about without
You're-
needing to talk to me.
You're a very effective communicator.
I try.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to know while you're talking to me?
Do you remember your family?
You have children.
That's weird, Ailey. You don't just ask people if they have children.
Well, maybe we need to go rescue his puppies. We don't know.
I
Well,
feel like that would have been brought up by now if that was a thing.
I
Let
remember,
him speak.
I remember being with my brothers and sisters for a moment there when my eyes first opened. I never really thought about it. And I've certainly been with lady dogs before.
No. Cool. Any that you missed?
Not particularly. It's much
Yeah,
more fun
yeah.
hanging with you guys.
Sure.
Ooh, ask him what the coolest thing he's seen us do is so far.
Yes. Varys wants to know what's the coolest thing that you've seen us do, because apparently it's all about him.
I said us! I didn't say me!
Fuck.
Hard random
Come on,
conversation.
come on, Skelly. Tell us what the coolest thing is we've done.
That's the coolest thing the dog has
From
seen.
Codswallop's perspective, who
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
necessarily been with us every
remember.
single moment.
There was always those. There's always those bone men that you guys break. I really like those.
They're pretty cool.
Codswallop has the perfect bias.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. Killed a lot of things that taste really good.
Mm.
Sure.
We like to try.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all black and white to me, so it's all pretty cool, honestly.
I mean, there's also brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Oh.
I should hunt more fresh game for you more often.
It would be appreciated.
I keep getting stuck in these cities.
Maybe not so bad. Lots of nice smells.
We could buy
Sure.
meat. I mean, he found sausages that one time. We could get him
That was the
Yeah.
coolest thing we've ever done.
Yeah. So the coolest thing we've ever done is when Codswallop
Went on his
sausages.
own
At that time.
adventure and stole a ring of sausages.
I don't know. There's that time that
Hey.
Codswallop stole that sword.
That was also pretty cool. I think sausages because he managed to make an escape
Yeah,
too on his own.
He didn't
That
make
was
much of an
all
escape with this.
Codswallop at that time.
Oh, it was all, it was his own adventure in time.
Yeah. We sniffed out some ladies. We also really hope not, because
Oh boy.
STDs.
Doggy STDs. Anyway.
Jibbing.
Mhm.
And I've relayed these things to everyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's final.
Mhm. Right. Anything else you would like to do? Or ask before wherever you're going?
Yeah.
I'll just sit back
Seeing
and
as
enjoy
we're
the
doing
ride.
it, what do you know about like devils and demons and things?
You're asking the dog.
No, not dog.
Oh yeah.
The
Okay.
dragon.
Wait. What is
I
his
mean,
name?
I would
Yeah,
ask the
yeah,
dog that
yeah.
as well.
You haven't asked
He
his
might know
name,
things.
so.
Oh, shit. That's really rude.
He didn't ask ours either.
I thought you'd already asked, that's why I didn't, because I wasn't here.
We're rude as fuck.
Mhm.
By the way, I'm Thoricus. And, this is Codswallop.
Well met.
I'm Varus.
My name
I'm
is
Ailey.
Droshka.
Joshka.
Droshka.
Rock.
Like very Russian sounding. Droshka. Droshka.
This is also Nemi, Joe, and Enan.
Well met to all of you.
That just seems a little insincere, but alright.
To be fair, they didn't say anything back, so
Yes.
they're all just
We don't lie.
stonewalling him.
They are just paper cutout currently, so.
What day is it? You said that they meet on Sundays for the dragon
It
meeting. What's the day
is
today?
Currently, well, calendar's a little different than what you're expecting, but it would be
Mm-hmm.
it would be Nith Day, which is our Friday.
Okay, so
In
2 days from today.
relation to Sunday.
Yeah.
We still have a Sunday.
Okay, so 2 days from now is when they'll be meeting.
Yeah, so not tomorrow, the day after.
But
Sweet.
the war is like 2 days away now.
The
Less than 2
war
days.
is like today.
It's like a day now. What is
Yeah,
it?
like-
Is it today? Oh shit!
And like,
You
yeah,
guys
isn't, like,
left
it is
Cowport.
purely-
You guys left Hiroga to go down to Cowport. Came back, had a
That's when,
nap.
the trains and
Yeah, we
everything.
wasted time with...
Then you left, came here, had a sleep. No, actually, yeah, you had a sleep on the way. of Hiroga as
Man,
well.
we're always napping.
So yeah, it is most certainly today.
Sleepy crew.
You have absolutely run out of time.
Oh,
So
fuck.
if this is the place you wanted to hide out, this is where it's going to be.
I mean, it's a pretty good place to hide out, honestly.
Apparently,
That's true.
they haven't hid out for
Um,
2,000 years. So.
We should.
But rip Fanny Boo.
But good as good a chance as anybody.
Currently, just flipping on the top of the mountain, like.
How do I?
I hope that
no.
she has enough common sense to just go back to Jamie.
We'll see what happens, won't we?
Mm.
Like,
This has been lovely.
Yes.
We should go and see the sorcerer people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you know anything about the sorcerer people at the castle, university?
I know that they only really take the most magical of us all. Yeah, as dragon descendant, a lot of us are extremely magically capable. as well as the deep dwarves, and some other avian creatures. They call
The what now?
2 seconds. What are they called? Where the fuck is my list of things? I need to keep these
You
things.
say aliens?
There is an avian
Yes.
race. No. So you
Just ask
saw.
them why they-
You can't just ask them what kind of bird they are. Yeah, when you guys entered, you did see a feathered creature of some sort that was humanoid sized.
The
Oh,
bird
avian, my
people.
bad.
Birds.
But
I heard alien.
Joshka refers to what he says, avian race, sort of. He says they're dark feathered. I think they call themselves Kenku.
Where have I heard it? Have we heard
Fuck
Kenku before?
yes.
You guys have
Did
probably
Ailey know
heard
what
of
a Kenku
Kenkus
is?
before. They're like Aarakocra, but raven corvid like.
Nice.
Yes, but also
Nice.
can't really speak on their own.
Depends. I
Depending
think they
on how this
updated
is
that
going.
with Tasha's, didn't
Well, so you don't know. That's what you guys. So what you guys know them as that is like a yeah, it's like a corvid version of the older Aarakocra.
Yeah, I
and
don't know
not-
what
not-
that is.
Bird people.
They're just bird people. But they're flightless.
Well, the
So
hilarious thing is I know what Kenku are.
yeah, yeah. So they're a flightless version. They don't have wings, but they are dark feathered. Usually, sort of, from your guys' experience, they are usually seen in that sort of in the same sort of light as corvid creatures are as well. Like thieves and sneaky dark creatures. Omens of death, all that sort of stuff. But he's
Fit
not.
right in with them.
Yeah, but he is not. He is not referring to them in a negative light. He's just, giving a description that they're, dark feathered avians, call themselves Kenku. They seem to have magical abilities.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
Hey, Tiny Redhead,
Right.
how's it going? Yeah. So, you guys getting over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
We're gonna write down directions to this guy's shop
Cool.
so that we can find our way back.
Yeah, you make a very keen note on making it back to Droshka's place.
Thank you.
Cool. Alright, so you guys make your way over to the entrance to the Sorcerer Academy, that is known as the castle, because it towers like a castle amongst every other place in this city, and even has its own set of walls outside of it, similarly made from that metal that surrounds all the other cities of this ancient construction. And as you approach the entrance, you notice that there are guards on duty who seem to be they're not sort of the usual sort of guard that you would see, like knights and stuff that you guys have seen in the other cities. It's not even like the ones you'd see back home, where they'd sword and shield and all that sort of stuff. They are seemingly wearing wizard-ish sort of robes, just a little bit more, little bit more going on to them. Like they seem a little bit padded in the shoulder area and stuff like that. And they're holding pretty large staves with that reach up and circularize at the top and have like a hovering gem lightly glowing in the middle of them. Very magical. With leather helmets that like the sides of them come down a little bit like dangling ears, sort of. Looks kind of goofy, but otherwise they are wearing the sort of reddish colors, it seems, of their city guard that you haven't really seen a lot of, but it seems to be their deal, and they are standing up against the gate that is currently closed.
Oh, but what do we do if they come at us with a pointed stick?
Oh no.
So,
I was looking at work stuff, so I
mean-
missed most of what just happened.
Yeah.
you go into the sorcerer's place. There's some freaky mage-looking dudes with big staves guarding the gate.
We have important news about the outside. We need to speak to somebody here, please.
So you approach and you say this.
Yeah.
They look at, glance over your group,
And
sort
note
of-
that the little halfling is the one talking
Yeah,
to them.
yeah. And they sort of say, only magic wielders are allowed within the castle walls. Please demonstrate your abilities.
In hell. Now we gotta do parlor tricks. You really think we would have gotten here without magical abilities? Look at me!
Ailey will just kind of like flex her wings a little bit and be like, do I really have to show you something?
Do you have a target?
Joe steps forward while he has a sort of like working this out, and then just like shoots a magic missile out of one hand and into the other and catches it and like swings it back and forth.
Ailey will be like, oh, I was just gonna like breathe fire on them. Is
Yeah,
that not what we're supposed to do?
That probably wouldn't have gone down very well.
Well, they wanted to display.
Maybe use a cantrip.
The guy that's directly ahead of me hears in his head, I trust this is good enough.
Yes, that is sufficient. You are welcome, outsiders, for now. And they-
Not gonna demonstrate? Okay. Not every single person has to demonstrate now.
No. I mean, it seemed like this was more direct. This is very much more directed at the people they couldn't get a beat on, which is the people who don't look like magical creatures.
Like me!
Like the
I'm
halfling.
real tempted to toll the dead these fuckers at this point.
Yeah.
We got a half dragon. We've got is it satyr or fawn?
Satyr.
Satyr. We've got a robot.
Yeah.
We've got two people of demonic lineage.
So yeah. Anyway, they open the gates to you, and you step inside them to the what's the word for it? Not a foyer. It's just the
Chamber?
No, because it's just a wall outside. So there's a courtyard in here. That's what I'm looking for. The courtyard of the castle, which seemingly has a whole bunch of plants and stuff growing. There's like grass, like little patches of grass here and there, but mainly just like big bushes of bushes that have a whole bunch of different colored flowers all over them. there's like in the far to the end, next to the wall on the other side that you can see, there's a whole like growing patch of a bunch of different alchemical ingredients, ones that Thrakus would be well aware of from their science experiments that they've done, and just littered with very seemingly magical plants and features that is going on in here. There are a few what seem like students, people who are definitely younger than you guys. Some not as young as the others. Walking around, reading books, sitting in on the grass. A couple of them that are close to the entrance look over, and then look back to their work. You can see some stressed out looks on a couple of them. Yeah, this is definitely college.
Alright. Where are we going?
Anyone?
Hmm?
Anyone go? Anyone deciding on whether you want to go? Talk to people. You want to go touch the grass. You want to fucking
Go touch grass.
touch grass. You're gonna go right up to the castle and start torturing people. What's going on?
I just shout out to the nearest person. Hey, who's the most important person here? Please and thank you. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't know anything about this place.
Bailey will like cough and some smoke will probably come out. Sorry.
Well,
Uh,
Thrakus is pissed because not only did someone demand that they prove themselves, they then didn't even wait to see what I could do.
They were only
Just
worried
missing
about me.
As if the halfling were in charge of us.
No, they believed everyone else had magic. They just didn't believe that I did.
This is the way that Thrakus viewed the situation.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's what you got to work with.
So I grabbed the nearest sweaty little student.
Oh no!
Scruff.
All right, so most of them have wizard hood stuff going on. It's just like their deal. So as you grab him by the scruff, his hood falls back, and you see slicked back black hair, glasses that are chipped in the sides, and just across his forehead, nowhere else it seems, is just tiny little black scales. Of black opal crystal, and he goes, what, a demon!
Like,
Probably don't say that.
Just put the dragon down. They don't know what they're doing.
and I'm like, instead of putting him down, I'm just grabbing him by both shoulders, and I'm like, take us to your headmaster.
Please.
Sure thing. If you
drop
put me
him.
down, you drop him. Okay, hold on. Oh no!
What did I do?
You drop him, and his legs crumple beneath him, and he falls, and he smacks his head on the ground. It's like,
I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Hang on.
I forgot wizards are made of paper.
It's a weak
One
little
second.
wizard.
I get shot on a daily basis, basically, in this
You're
pen.
right, little buddy.
Can't fall 3 feet.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, give him a healing word. Cure wounds even. Jesus, wow. Okay. Pops back up. Just a little bit more pep in his step. He seems he's gain a point of confidence all of a sudden. It's like, oh, thank you. Yes.
Don't look so smug.
Just right this way.
Okay,
You nearly ended that man's career by dropping him 1.5 feet.
How am I supposed to know he's that level of fragile?
And he,
They're
Amazing.
magic users. They
flips his,
normally are.
flicks his hood back up.
Are these these are kids? Are they not?
None of us are this fucking fragile.
We've been
We're
doing
not
this for
this
quite a
young.
while. We've been dealing with a lot of weird shit that these people have probably never seen.
What, they're not out fucking dealing with the weird shit they got around this place at
No,
all?
that's why we have to.
Wow, they have garbage training. I definitely need to talk to their headmaster.
You're going
So
to start a school?
from the looks
Yeah,
of
when
it,
did they get? Shouldn't they have been dropped in a forest and left to fend for themselves for a few months by now?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Shouldn't they have at least been forced to explore the tunnels in order to make their way back and improve themselves, and only the strongest survive?
Wow,
I
this is
wonder if
really
they've
explaining a lot. I'm
Maybe they
I'm
haven't
seeing
played the
everything in a
survival
completely
game.
different light now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Or
Alright,
maybe it's just a looks thing. What kind of
Maybe.
cult is this?
they're teaching people magic, aren't they?
I mean, yes, we get that magic is important to them, but like, normally there's more than just that.
oh boy,
I don't know. At my school, we kind of just did whatever we're good at. It was a pretty small school.
We didn't do like reading, writing, maths, art,
Yeah, we did that, but
fighting,
things that people were
the
particularly good at, they
statistics,
did.
statistics,
I was never good at that one.
managing, foraging,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
thievery,
You know, the
deception, musical instrument.
worshipping.
Get
they may hold some.
I can
Yes.
play kazoo. That's about it.
Anyway, while you guys are having this conversation, the little dragon, little partial dragon, has gotten a little bit ahead of you as
This poor little baby.
as he's flipped up his hood now, so you can no longer see his hair. But you do.
Maybe
still,
we should hang back a bit so it looks like he's walking by himself with that confident air, and we are not actually with him.
I mean, he's still, a scrawny little kid. Like the confident air lasted a moment as you were giving him a pick me up. It's like taking,
I see.
it's like taking it's like I want to say taking
Had
a
his
snort
first sip
cocaine.
of coffee in the
Yeah,
morning.
it's his first sip of coffee in the morning.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and he leads you up.
This
to
wizard dragon just did a bump off his cocaine nail.
Exactly. You walk him up he walks up to the front entrance, which is just wide open. There's a few more magical guards posted on either side, as well as just a few students moving in and out. A couple of them as you pass by. You take a look at you. Really. You see a mix and match of different of races here. There's a few dwarves. You're seeing a lot more variety. Outside, you just saw a shitload of dwarves, right? And here, there's a mix of dwarves, the dragon humanoids, some feathered creatures. See a couple of beaks poking out of the hoods.
Why do they all keep their hoods up, do you think?
Probably a cult rule.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's true, the last cult I was in, well, before the current one, that one also, they all like to have their hoods up when they did the chanting in the downstairs bit.
Yeah, it seems to
Sorry,
be
the
a weird
what?
kind of
Sacrifice
religious
me?
thing. Oh yeah,
The
that makes sense.
downstairs bit. What
Yeah,
are you?
the cave where
what?
they try to
No,
sacrifice you?
don't say those things like I should know what they mean.
You've never played the downstairs upstairs game?
No.
What? Man,
What the
Such
fuck?
a sheltered life.
You
You
seem
guys.
to live longer than us. Like, where have you been, mate?
Mostly in the forest.
I mean, same. That's still not an excuse.
You've lived very
I
different
don't know.
places.
I watched my mother beat the shit out of people for like 20 years, and then I went on an overseas trip.
Wow.
You had such
Yeah.
a
Have you
sheltered
not met
childhood.
us? Like
Yeah.
it also happened, and yes,
Oh no,
we seem
sorry,
to
I
be
took a trip.
much
This
more
is my
well-rounded.
second trip. I'm
Okay.
slightly ahead. Small amount.
Somehow you did not run into the sort of shit that they had to deal with.
Oh man, yeah, happy little family.
You know what?
Happy little
So
village of halflings.
it's
It was all
okay.
good.
We'll teach you, poor little naive one.
Oh, I blow fucking people's heads off. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
You know, there's a lot more to it than that. Oh, he just really doesn't know, Ailey.
It's fine. We'll
I
traumatize you
don't know.
later.
That'll be why he can't outrun the traps like us, you know, because he never
Yeah.
had to play the dodging game.
I also have
It's just-
short legs.
There's no finesse.
There's plenty of finesse. Excuse me. He spins
Oh,
his
yeah?
gun around.
Oh, a bit of flair, but no finesse.
There's accuracy.
Ooh, you can shoot a gun.
I can shoot the man in the head from like hundreds of feet away.
Same.
I'm confused about where this is going.
All right. Well, yeah. So let's get this conversation gets you guys well into the building, you know, you only notice those additional races as you're distracted having this conversation, and make your way, continuing to follow this this young student into
All these uni students just hearing us talk about like killing.
yeah, you do notice that you are getting
the
a little bit
different
more
games.
looks and stuff as you guys are having this loud conversation throughout the halls, and you enter into like a main hall, it seems, and there does appear to be a couple of more high-ranking people, you know, maybe teachers, maybe high-level students or something, because they have their hoods down and are standing, you know, in the middle of a sort of grand hallway that is seemed to be laid out for meal times and stuff, like a massive dining hall sort of deal. And they are just willy-nilly standing in the middle of it, seemingly having a conversation about something, as you know, this young student enters and sees what he's leading behind him, and they also stop talking and turn to see what the fuck is going on as you guys come in with this conversation.
Oh, the hoods are like a submissive hierarchy thing.
Maybe
Okay,
stop
okay.
talking about it while they're right in front of us.
Well, it's not like that
Eh.
anyone explained it to us for us to know.
Yeah.
The young
And I mean,
student
the
goes
guards
up.
just let us in and didn't even tell us where to go. We had to go talk to one of the ones
Mhm.
that maybe we're not supposed to talk to because maybe they're not allowed to talk to outsiders. We don't know. The cult didn't tell us their rules.
I just sort of reach up and make sure my hood is definitely down.
The young student sort of bows and goes, the outsiders, sir. I'll go now. And you see,
Have a good day.
You see the middle one.
Improve your grades.
Middle one sort of, you know, looks over his nose. He's a very tall man, and you could swear that he is elvish in some part back in his history, but he has a slightly darker complexion, very similar to the deep dwarves, and he's standing like a good head taller than the other two people next to him. One who's very clearly a draconic human, who has sapphire scales just like along the cheekbones, and that's all that you can see. And the other one on his right, your left, is just a dwarf, a dwarven man. So definitely way taller than him. But similarly, deep dwarf. He's got a much darker, much more deep dwarf looking complexion and sullen nature than Losman or any of the other dwarves that you've seen. Very clearly that he's got a lot more of that Durgar blood in him than you've seen previously. As the young student walks away, the guy in the middle steps forward and he says, "I am Grand Sorcerer Domron. I hear that you have come from the outside."
That is correct.
Dragons aren't ready for us to meet with them yet. Apparently that happens on Sundays, so we decided to come talk to you first.
Well, I am honored by your presence. I've already heard a few things about what's been going on outside, thanks to whispers that make themselves around. So they are back at war, and
Yes.
you seek to come here to find some ancient constructions that those before had built, constructing something of a clockwork dragon, much like your friend.
Yeah, and we already killed a clockwork dragon.
Well, that is
That is true.
that is impressive, even if killing a dragon in general is impressive. Killing a constructed one must be very formidable.
It's one of 2 dragons we've killed. There was also one that was technically dead first, I guess, a zombie dragon.
A resurrected
Oh,
dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a necromancy cult going around from the Black Sun God, and they're another issue. Well, at least I don't know if they're related to the guy starting the war with the elves, but you know.
I see.
Mm.
And I don't know if we completely got rid of the kobold cult.
And
Kobold.
it's true that one kobold did try and ascend, but we did take his skin.
Yeah.
So,
We
maybe
think
that was a warning to other people? Who knows?
we managed to get rid of that one. But
Mm.
you might want to be aware of your sort of direct adversaries.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, you have certainly had a lot of travels. And you also do all have magical latent abilities. So you are all welcome here in the city for sure. Even if hostilities resume.
Sweet.
So this fabrication station that you have put out
It's
into
a
the
great
ether.
name. Yes.
We have scoured many of the texts, many of the buildings in the city. And unfortunately, I have to say we have not come across anything of this nature.
Joe, could you point out, relative to where we are right now, where it is?
He points straight
Where are
up.
these people? Yeah. So it's up there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of it's in that direction, but who knows what's between us and it,
Well, to put you at ease, would you like us to take you to the topmost point that we have been? Perhaps then you will see that there's no entrance to this place from the city.
Yes, I mean, sure.
Yes. I will do
Did
that.
he just have a stroke?
No, I did.
Oh my
Anyway.
goodness.
You smell burning toast.
Mm, yes. Well, we would absolutely be.
not.
We would be very helpful to do that. We would. We would be very. Man, I am absolutely having a stroke right now. We would be pleased to do that for you, to show you where we have been. At least, maybe you could also uncover something that we have missed.
It's something not to toot our own horn. We do
We fall into places we shouldn't all the time. That's how we found here.
places that other people, just don't go. We just somehow manage to find. Yeah.
Yes, that was my
We were
thoughts
told that
exactly.
we
as
took the
to-
most dangerous route in here.
Yes, yes, you certainly did.
I'm sorry I found a hole in a cave behind a waterfall.
Yes.
I mean, you guys say most dangerous. I say had the best payoff.
Was the easiest? Was our direct path where we were going? Made sense.
Yeah.
Mm. To be fair, I mean, if that thing had attacked and I didn't have my light ring or I couldn't see shit, I would have been not in a good place.
Certainly not.
Mm.
Well, I have other college matters to attend to. Katri here will take you up to the observatory. And he points to the sapphire dragon to his left, your right. And she bows to him as him and the dwarf leave. And she turns to you and puts her hood up and says, "Right this way.
Ren.
Right this way, please." And she leads you down.
Why am I so hungry?
Leads you down a corridor. So leads you out the hallway to the right, down a corridor. You're passing by more students and stuff. Leads you up to a very familiar sight as she pushes in a panel on the wall and the door opens up and there's an elevator, much like you guys have been in previously. This way, please. Make sure you please don't vomit in the elevator. And she presses the button as you guys enter.
Alright.
We all have to roll saves.
We're-
Or have we done enough of
No,
the?
you-
I feel like we've
like,
done enough.
You guys have done enough to it.
If there's anybody that's safe, it's us three.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and they
And Joe.
Nimi
And Joe.
and Einan have been through the ringer already, so they took a train even, so they're well versed to this. So this elevator ride is a little bit longer than expected, so there is a little bit more. Well, than you guys have previously experienced. You seem to be going up a lot of levels. So she takes the
As
time
we-
to note. You all. Have you been in such a contraption before?
the
Similar
train.
one, yeah. And the train.
Yeah, we've been in an elevator. Remember to get
I said
to
a
the
similar
train.
one. I didn't say that we hadn't.
Huh.
Hey, you guys are just giving up all our secrets.
Oh,
just sell the train to the weird cult, why don't ya?
we never told them where the fuck we were. It's all good.
Train, you
What?
say?
Nope. No, we
Bes-
don't.
Besides, we all know that White Claw is just gonna steal it out from under us.
She laughs and she says, "No, you're welcome to keep your secrets. Don't worry."
Bullshit.
Uh,
That's not how
it is,
magic users are.
It is.
you would know, being a magic user, huh?
It
Shut up.
is a
I'll
Alright,
keep
Varys.
yes, thank you very much.
Varys, who has never cast a spell. Yeah, sure.
Whatever,
takes
spicy bullet, dude.
it takes a wise mage to know when it takes a wise mage to know when knowledge is beyond their reach and not to injure themselves attempting to
Oh.
gather it.
What was your name again? My
Boring.
apologies.
Katri.
Katri. Have you ever been turned
yeah.
into a pot plant, Katri?
Like, yes, actually, I have.
What was it like?
Uh,
Aethericus. What was it like?
We're in a very, very small space.
No,
I'm already not particularly comfortable in it. Do you want to keep pressing me?
no, it's fine. No, it's fine. We'll leave it alone.
and with that,
Changing conversation.
yeah.
Do you happen to know anything about Jensen?
Yes, like many dragonkin, I am aware of the diamond dragon and his godlike nature.
Will you be at the dragon event?
The coven meeting? No, I don't. I don't attend those anymore.
Why not?
Well, they appease to the common folk, and I am not so common anymore.
Oh, you think you're better than everyone? Shouldn't all the dragons be here? All dragons have a form of magic.
Well, some have unfortunately got too much of the human in them and the likes,
Ugh.
so they've not.
I feel sorry for them.
Yes, they have all absolutely got the spark of magic, for sure, just like everyone in the city does. But most dragons are not willing to put in the studious required to gather true power.
Like it's that hard.
Well, for some, it is. And with that, we just reach the end of the elevator ride. Ding! Doors open up into a darkened room.
I don't like this immediately.
I mean, I presume it looks like a normal room to everyone else because they have guns.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like a for everyone else's dark vision, it looks like an entirely circular room. Like it from the front there's like a flat bit at the base that stretches out for a few feet, and then just the similar sort of dome shape reaches right up and comes to a point at the top, and you are basically sort of at the center of it, just off from the center of the room where the elevator comes up. And
Heck
then
no.
once you step out of the elevator, Katri like pushes down on another panel with her staff, and the elevator closes up and becomes smooth with the floor, and you're just left in this like liminal space of flat and then dome just entirely encased within you. And
I
then
turn on my ring of light. Not that it's going to do anything,
well,
but just
before
so that I
before
feel
you
a bit
even
better.
as you go to like reach down to touch it to turn it on, the entire room fills with light, as like specks of light come out in the dome, and you immediately realize that this is the night sky, like entirely broadcast like live, essentially,
Via
as the
magic?
seemingly, you're not sure by which contraption this is shown to you, but yeah, just motes of light, seemingly every star in the sky, as well as at this time, you see Sorellis and Doralis still in their joint up, in their twin moon phase, so they're still at the same exact same phase of being their first quarters. Shown brightly, way more brightly than you normally see, as you're able to see them, on the horizon as opposed to up in the sky. So they're massive compared to stars. They're like proper shining orbs in the sky. But yeah, you look through the stars and you see all of the normal constellations that you're familiar with. You can tell exactly which way is north, which way is south by the constellations. Those of you who have traveled by starlight before, it's wondrous and fantastic, but does not seem to have any other exit. And that is where we're going to leave off for tonight.
Like it.
So, in the observatory. Cool
Don't
beans.
tell me they're gonna nerf us with a candlestick.
Try to. They're going to take you all out and leave me there in the dark. Oh no.
Oh boy. Right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us, I guess. That's been D&D. Yeah. This is the welcome to Storm's Ledge, everybody. Yeah. What am I doing tomorrow?
We only traumatized one NPC.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
one.
we did
Yeah,
pretty good.
it's a new.
No, two, technically. We did
Yes,
kind of
was the
traumatize-
student and
yes.
the blacksmith.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
just thinking
yeah,
the
blacksmith's
student, and then I was like,
less-
no, the blacksmith is a bit traumatized.
Yeah.
A little bit less traumatized than you have previously traumatized people.
Hey, I gave that student plenty
We're
of pep in his step.
improving.
Yeah, you are improving. Oh boy.
Social interaction. Go
Mhm.
us. Woo!
Oh dear.
Right into a trap. Woo!
Probably.
Well,
Who
it
knows?
certainly sounds like a circle.
Maybe. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow and Saturday, Random Guy will be back. Sorry, yeah, it is tomorrow and Saturday. Tomorrow and Saturday, Random Guy will be back with more It Takes Two, or Horizon Forbidden West, or Shenmue, or all the things that he could play. There's a lot of things, so yeah, just be there. It'll be fun. Sunday, I should be streaming.
don't
If
want
not,
to.
it'll be something. You should do it anyway.
Yeah.
I should be streaming something on Monday to cover for beef, and then Monday we'll all be back with more Divinity Original Sin 2. Where did we leave that off? I think we defeated the Scarecrow. We did some
We
stuff.
did?
We had defeated the Scarecrow. That was like the beginning of that episode. That's the rest of it turns to a blur.
We then went to
We'll figure
the save the blind girl.
Oh yeah, we saved the blind.
We
We saved
saved
the blind
Tiana.
off. That's right. We did.
No,
we
no.
killed all the old
Sahila.
Evans people, and then we saved the blind chick.
Spiel.
Sahila, I think. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we did that. So that's Monday, and then Tuesday, Random Guy. Again, the long list of games we'll be covering for beef. Make sure you're there for that. Wednesday, we'll all be back. Well, everyone except beef. The Whānau will be back with more Phantasy Star Online 2. It's a pretty fun anime girl game. It's just, yeah, it's fun. Just come check it out. It's just dumb fun. Thursday, back again. More Dungeons and Dragons. We'll find out whether or not this observatory is a trap or not. Yeah. Cool.
I mean,
Thanks,
what are
everybody.
they gonna do? Try and stop our magical abilities? We've still got weapons.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.